Hi, in this video we're going to talk about two-step equations, and I'm going to give you two different approaches. Let's start with the visual approach. I have 2x plus 3 equals 7. So I have two mystery boxes, so 1, 2 mystery boxes, plus 3, so 3 positives, 1, 2, 3. And let me draw a line to separate the other side, and I have 7 positives, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Okay, I want the boxes by themselves, so I have to get rid of these 3 positives. What gets rid of a positive? A negative. So each positive needs a negative to get rid of it. What I do to one side, I must do to the other. Okay, so here we go. And one more. So I put 3 on one side, 3 on the other. I'm going to go back with my pen, and I'm going to cancel out. That cancels, that cancels, that cancels. That cancels, that cancels, that cancels. I have these 4 plus signs, and I'm going to move my boxes down. So here come my boxes. These 4 positives have to be equally distributed to these boxes. So there goes 1. 1 can go there. 1 goes here. And if 1 goes there, 1 goes here. I'm done. Each box contains 2 positives. Therefore, the answer is x equals positive 2. So that's one way to do it. Okay, so you can simply draw little squares for your boxes and your pluses and minuses and drag the pieces to where they go. So let me show you what that might look on your paper. You might draw 2 squares, and then you would have your 3 positives that you would draw on your paper, and you would have your 7 positives. Okay, and you want to cancel, so then you put in your negatives. What you do to one side, you do to the other, and it cancels out. Cancel, 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 and then you would draw arrows. So this one's going to go to this box, this one's going to go to this box. This one's going to go to this box, and this one's going to go to that box. Okay? So I have 2 arrows to each box. Another way, so let me undo what I just did there. Let me undraw all these lines because that can get a little sloppy and confusing. I have 2 boxes. Okay? So I'm going to circle groups of 2. So there's a group of 2. There's another group of 2. How many groups of 2 do I have? 2. Therefore, my answer is 2. Okay, let's look at another one. Here we have 8x minus 5 equals 19. So I'm going to show you a different approach, and then I'll show you how you could draw it on your paper. My way is to box the variable, and think of it as you locked in your room, talking on your phone with your friends, and out here is your annoying brother or sister, banging on the door, trying to get in, begging and pleading. Okay, so you want to get rid of them. So to get rid of a negative 5, you need a positive 5. What you do to one side, you must do to the other. Okay? That cancels. My 8x comes down. 19 plus 5 is 24. Now, another way to think about this is, please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. Okay? That's PEMDAS. Somebody wrote an equation. I'm going to do backwards PEMDAS. That means I'm going to do everything backwards. I'm going to start with adding and subtraction. I have a subtraction, minus 5, so I start there. Remember, we're going to do everything backwards. So the backwards of subtracting 5 is adding 5. Now I'm down to 8x, which is multiplication, because I took care of the adding and subtraction. The opposite of multiplying is division, because we're doing everything backwards. So I'm going to divide by 8, and I get x equals 3. Okay, so if you drew this on your paper, you would have your 8 boxes. Okay, there's my, almost there, 8 boxes. Okay, and I'm going to skip down to this part here. Okay, so we had the 5 negatives, and we made them positive. So I'm going to make 24 tally marks. I'm just going to jump ahead to show that we had 24 positives. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And we just have to remember these are positives, okay? All right, so I have 8 boxes, which means I'm going to circle groups of 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's a group of 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's another group of 8. And here's a group of 8. How many groups of 8 did I have? 3. That's why my answer's 3. Okay? Let's try another one. Okay, I'm going to write PEMDAS up here. And remember, it's hopscotch PEMDAS because multiplication and division work together left to right. Addition and subtraction work together left to right. But I'm solving an equation. I have to unravel the mystery, so I'm going backwards. So I'm going to start with addition and subtraction. Do you see any addition or subtraction in the problem? Yes, there's a plus 4. We're in backwards world. What's backwards of adding 4? It's subtracting from 4. And the reason why we do this is we're trying to make it cancel out. We're trying to make a 0. So we subtract 4. That cancels. I bring down x over 3 equals 2. Yeah, you might say, oh, I can't do 2 divided by 3. They're trying to trick you, and we talked about this in one-step equation. This is division. The opposite of divide is multiply. So I have 2 sets of 3, and 2 sets of 3 is 6. And the reason why this cancels is because 3 over 3, the fraction 3 over 3, is 1. 3 divided by 3 is 1, not 0. So it's 1x. And we know we don't have to write the 1. We can just write x. Okay? Let's try a tricky one. Now, in a previous lesson, you talked about combining like terms. So I'm going to circle the 3x. And what other term am I going to circle? Positive 2x, because they match. I'm going to underline this negative 7. And I'm only focusing on one side at a time. Okay, over here, it's on the other side of the wall, so I can't mix yet. Okay, so I'm just going to focus here. 3x plus 2x is 5x. Bring down the minus 7. Bring down the minus 7 equals 13. Now it's just a two-step equation. Box my variable. Who do I want to get rid of? I want to get rid of that annoying negative 7. So I use a positive 7. What I do to one side, I must do to the other. The golden rule of algebra. A negative 7. If I borrowed $7 from you and I paid you back 7, I owe you nothing. Bring down the 5x. And 13 plus 7 is 20. 5x means multiply. The backwards or opposite of multiply is division. And after I do 20 divided by 5, because this is a lovely 1x, x equals 4. And Mr. Wineshow will tell you that it's very important to do the x equals 4. And you will learn why it is in an upcoming video.